Today I'm showing you how to carve your base for your action figure. It is a piece of styrofoam that looks kind of like wood. It is a 3D form, so you have to make sure you have it look in 3D. You need to have some pieces popping up, or you can have pieces carved in. You need to have newspaper down in your workspace. You need to have a bench hook, so it has a hook here to hook your foam base onto, and a hook back here to hook onto your table. You're going to place your block of foam onto that bench hook. If it has a piece of label on it that will peel off, go ahead and peel it off. If it won't peel off, then you can just write your name on it, and hopefully it will stay on then. Okay, so I have my foam block. I want to do a design of, say, I'm going to do, say, an eye. So I'm going to draw with my pen first. Again, the camera. Draw with my pen or my pencil the shape that I want. And it's an eye. Gotta have an eyelid. A little bit of thickness for this eyelid down here. And then the eye ball goes in. The iris. And the pupil. Now I'm not worried about all those markings because I'm going to remove most of it, or leave it raised, and I can always sand things down to finish it off. So I have carving tools, a set of carving tools here. There's different ones. You just have to experiment and see what works best. This has a slant to it. This is flat. This has a wider curve. This has a narrower curve. This one again is flat and wide, kind of scoops down. I don't have a V. Well, all right. So I'm just going to go in. I'm going to make sure my hand is behind the carving tool, and I want this one to drop down at an angle. So I'm actually going to use my angle piece. There's my V. So on my angle piece. I don't have an angle piece. I had a V. Sorry. So I'm going to use this flat piece then, and I'm going to kind of tilt it. Make sure my hand is not in the direction I'm carving. And I'm just going to shave a little bit off right in here to make it drop down in there some. I'm going to shake it off onto the newspaper. And I continue carving. Notice my hand is not anywhere near where I'm carving so that I don't accidentally slip and cut myself, because these are sharp tools. Just shaving off a little bit here. I could cut forward, but I don't want to cut deep for this one. I just want to shave a little bit, so that's why I'm using this tool like this. Okay, I can continue shaving there. I want this to be higher than that, so I have to make sure I drop this part. Whatever I want to drop down, I need to cut off. I'm not just using a line to create my design, I'm making a 3D form. I'm not just going over the lines that I drew, I'm making it a 3D form. I'm making it form into an eyeball and an eyelid. So this is going to go underneath that eyelid right there. And then if I want to carve the pupil out, I can take this V and can just carve a little bit out of there to make the pupil. Drop down in there a little. I can take this V and go along this part up here to drop down that part of the eyelid. Notice my hand is behind, back here, so I'm not carving towards my hand. So that cuts a V. This part cuts a U. So if I want all that to disappear, I can shave all that off, cut all that off, depending on what I want it to do. Now, if I don't want that texture, I'm going to have to use some other tool because this is going to carve a U. I could use this to kind of round off corners. The most important thing about this is to make sure your fingers are not going to accidentally get cut. So you just keep carving until you get your design the way you want it. And then you would use a little sandpaper to smooth out whatever you want to be smooth, or you can leave it rough if you want that texture. It's up to you what you want to do.